seahorse. So they'll reach lengths of around about 35 centimetres when they're fully grown. It's pretty much all the ones in here are now fully grown. They're full-grown adults in here. Now it's very easy to tell whether you're looking at a male or a female as you look at our seahorses, and you do this by looking at their stomachs. So with your females, their stomachs are a lot more rounded in shape, whereas the males, like this wee one lying on the floor here, you can tell he's a male because of his point on his stomach. Now that point is the male's pouch. So one of the most commonly known things about seahorses is that it's the male that carries the young, and that is indeed very true. So what will happen is the females will produce the eggs, and then she'll deposit them into the male's pouch, and he'll carry them there for anywhere up to about a month. When he is ready to give birth, he can give birth to up to 500 young at one time. Now it is very impressive to see when seahorses are born, they are fully formed seahorses, they are just absolutely tiny. Now due to them being tiny when they're born, it does mean that the males will usually swim off into isolation, usually at night, and give birth in the dark. Now with them being so tiny, it does make them very easy prey for other animals. So on average, around about 5 to 7 of that 500 will survive into adulthood, into full-grown seahorses. Now you will see during this feed, our seahorses will wrap their tails around pretty much anything that they can to keep them nice and still. Whether that be a rock, a bit of seaweed, a starfish, or sometimes each other. So this is to conserve some energy. So seahorses, there is only one single fin on the back of their body that they use to propel them through the water. They have a fin at either side of their head, but that is solely used for direction. So it's just the fin on their back that actually moves them in the water. Now I'm sure you can imagine constantly moving that fin is going to be very, very tiring for our seahorses. So like we said, they will wrap their tail around anything that they can to keep them nice and still and conserve that energy for the likes of feeding or mating. When it does come to mating season, they can be shown to kind of show some rituals when it comes to them wanting to breed. So they'll do kind of a dance around with each other. The females will lead the dance, the males will follow her, and they'll kind of swim around in exact synchronisation. You will also find that after the male is pregnant, our male and female seahorses will link their tails together and swim around the tank together. So it's kind of like when you hold hands with your significant other. That's kind of like what these guys do when they're linking tails together.